These are your rather special weekly horoscope tarot card readings indeed. And these particular readings are going to be relevant for the stage or the period in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020. Very important stage when it comes to our personal development indeed, because after this moment, after this time, after this stage, we are most certainly going to be taken quite a jump away from where we have found ourselves to be prior to this particular time. It's important because it's a very much so to do with what we were focusing on, okay, individually, and it's so much so to do with our spirituality. It's so much so to do with our spiritual journey, and what an interesting outcome this is actually going to have later on when it comes to our personal development. So this is a reading for the actual stage in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020, and the special message for Aries, my gorgeous Aries, it's actually going to be that there is an important choice that you are going to need to make, and an important choice that you're going to need to make is just going to be very significant when it comes to your emotions, very, very significant when it comes to people in your life. Choose wisely. Step away from the situation and do not rush into any decisions whatsoever. But most certainly an important option and choice you will have, my gorgeous Aries, but make sure that you are thinking about people, about the people in your life, about the people that mean to you, about the people that are important to you. This is all going to be rather significant in many different ways indeed. On another hand, what else I was going to say to you, my gorgeous Aries, communication is the key. Just remember, my gorgeous Aries, communication is the key. Okay, there you go. And your oracle card, my gorgeous Aries, this week for the stage in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020, it's an opportunity, an important opportunity you are going to have this week indeed. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my precious, my beautiful Taurinis, my gorgeous Tauruses. Oh my Lord, it is a very big moment in time that you are going to have this week when it comes to your personal development, when it comes to your personal progress. Oh my Lord, this is going to be really good because it's all about you stepping so much closer to the rather big and important stage of your life. A very, very significant unfoldment have already taken stage, okay? So now this week in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020, this is going to bring you an opportunity that is going to be mind-blowing, but it's so much to do with your security, with your power, and it's also going to be so much to do with a big wish, big dream that you followed, that you wanted to achieve, that you wanted to happen. This is going to become very relevant and very significant this week indeed. Okay, on another hand, just remember your special message this week is this is a time for healing, an important energy, an important stage, very powerful when it comes to your health, but also very powerful when it comes to you feeling unsatisfied with yourself, you feeling kind of sad, you feeling kind of a negative. This is a beautiful and very important moment in time when it comes to your healing. Also very important to meditate and try to ground yourself and try to connect yourself spiritually however you can, because you're gonna benefit from it like there is no tomorrow. Look at this, the energy is just going to be absolutely perfect for any type of adventure, for any type of a daring situation. So anything that you start this week, it's going to bring an abundance. Also, on another hand, this is an important week when it comes to starting things for the first time, when it comes to negotiations, or when it comes to any sorts of investments. Okay. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. My gorgeous Gemini, this is all about you realizing that you should focus on something very important. You should focus on things that are making you feel happy. You should focus on things that are making you be optimistic. Do not get caught in this absolute vortex of energy that is just going to take you, it's going to pull you in and take you somewhere else. Use this very strong and powerful tornado energy to actually get things done and to do things that are the best to your own ability, the things that are making you feel happy, the things that are making you feel excited, the things that are making you feel good. It's very important to stay as optimistic as you can this week, my gorgeous Gemini. And this is why this important progress is going to take stage, when you will know that it's time to cut out the negativity out of your life in such a way where you will not focus on things in a negative way. You are going to realize that you're going to expect some kind of outcome, but it will be very important from other people around you, and it will be very important to you from the certain group of people to kind of tell you about your own progress. Now, it's not about other people. It's not about what other people think. It's not about what other people are feeling or what other people are doing. It's very important for you to realize that it's really up to you, and this is a crucial and rather important stage for you to get, to realize that it's up to you. It's all up to you. Your power is in you. Your power is within you. You are the power. You are the one who's in charge of your own life. I'm telling you this is important because it was just a little confusion that was created. Maybe you were expecting from certain people to kind of like give you some kind of like an option, or to give you some kind of a feedback, but it's not. My gorgeous Gemini, it's about you. This is up to you. So it is going to be an important moment that you are going to have of an abandonment. You see, you will know what needs to be cut out. You will know what came to an end. It's very important for you to realize this and start this progress with your mind, because at the same time there is so much that it's actually going to be shifted. And at the same time, there is going to be the realization that you're going to have, and it's immediately going to make sense to you. And it's all about the moderation. It's all about waiting for the right moment in time. Your special message this week, my gorgeous Gemini, is adjustments are required. Just remember, do not wait for someone else. Do not kind of like wait for someone else, like to put their opinion on things that should matter to you and on the things that should come from you. You are a powerful spiritual volcano, and that, my gorgeous Gemini, needs to come through you. Okay, so we will see what your oracle card is this week, my gorgeous Geminis. Oh my Lord, this is exactly what am I talking about. It is all about your own life. It is all about your own energy. It is all about your own delight. Think about things that make you feel good. It's so beautiful that you are such a gorgeous person that very often you think about other people and sometimes you forget about yourself, but thinking about other people in a good way, most certainly not selfish way. This week, my gorgeous Geminis, it's important that you think about yourself and trust your own instincts, because you're also about to discover something mind-blowing about yourself, a certain skill, a certain power, and certain option that is going to take off very soon. In fact, this is all about you. It's all about your energy, and it's all about your power, my gorgeous Geminis. This week will be important, very important indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Cancerinis, my beautiful Cancerians, my gorgeous Cancerinis. These are the special messages for the stage in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020. And you know, it is the very high level of security that you're going to reach, very high level of your own power. This is going to bring you certain satisfaction, and I'm so happy for you. And you must not get confused. You must not get confused, and just follow your options, follow your what makes you feel creative, follow this particular harmony, which is just a kind of having a really beautiful impact on you, where vision is very much so crystal clear, and this is what subconsciously it's already creating this amazing starting point, which is on another hand making you be very happy, very optimistic, and very creative. This is exactly what this week is going to be like. It's all about your own creativity, but it's also about your own enjoyment. It's beautiful because the certain kind of annoying problem is also going to come to an end, and that is going to bring you a wonderful conclusion. But most certainly it is the week of your own success. It is the week of the greatest honor. It is the week of the greatest security and power. You will most certainly find yourself in a very, very secure waters when it comes to your own success and accomplishment. But most certainly, you know, you're just going to realize, oh my Lord, you're so much closer to the moment, like very important moment in your life, my gorgeous Cancerini, so much closer than you thought initially that you actually are. So this is the wonderful thing about this week, because you will know, and the people that are important to you in your life, that something very important is about to take place when it comes to your own personal development, success, you know, security and power. And when it comes to your own future planning, you're also going to make an important decision here. Indeed, you just need to remember, trust your own instinct. You will be very psychic this week, my gorgeous Cancerinis, and on another hand, have faith in your dreams. Just remember, on one hand, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to what's the very first thing on your mind every single morning, because this is when you get all sorts of sacred messages. But most importantly, trust yourself and have a faith in your dreams, my gorgeous Cancerinis, indeed. Okay, and your oracle card is, of course, you see what am I talking about? Security and power, and most certainly you are getting a sacred protection. This is absolutely wonderful. But on another hand, it's an important time of an unfoldment, an important week of an unfoldment, when you will most certainly start going through your own rebirth, and that in itself, it's going to create a very significant stage of an unfoldment and a reason for celebration. I'm so happy for you, because this is also going to be an important week when you're just going to feel so much happier and so much lighter, because the rejuvenation that is going to come through is just going to enhance your actual focus, and that in itself is going to have a direct impact on your own balance, and the negativity is about to shift, and lots of positivity is about to come through and rejuvenate you in many different ways, my gorgeous Cancerinis, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis. My gorgeous Leonis, you see, this is an important week because it's all about you honestly having such an important moment. You know, the restrictions, you know, the certain things that were bringing you down are going to be shifted, you know. And this is so important because it's all about here. It's all about your mind. It's all about you restricting yourselves and you blocking yourself from moving forward in your life. This is an important time of your spiritual unfoldment and development, because the ideas areas that you kind of had within the last few days, now they are going to shine rather brightly for you this week, and it's going to be the confirmation to you where you're going to feel rather vavoomeish with yourself. It's going to be the moment of your own personal enlightenment, because the things that you have been doing and focusing on in the last few weeks, they kind of did really have an impact on your own radiance, because you were doing the right things. Something changed, something opened within you, and this is your power, which is also going to have an important reflection on you, and people around you are going to benefit from this absolutely wonderful energy. Just keep going, my gorgeous Leonis, just keep going, because you are having a sacred spiritual escape. Don't get me wrong when I say escape, but I'm saying escape because it's all about your mind realizing you just kind of have to step away from the situation and look at the things from a different angle. The fact that you were doing few things differently in the last few days, you were playing with new things in your life that were really having such a beautiful impact on you, but they were they were making you so optimistic, and they were making your vibration very powerful indeed. So this is all about that absolutely mind-blowing radiance that you are going to have throughout this week, which is going to make you even more creative. You're on a very important path, my gorgeous Leonis, of your creativity, of a self-discovery, but also about the realization how powerful, how beautiful, how important, and how significant you are, because few things that you've done in the last few days were so much to do with things that you like doing, so much to do with things that you are very much so connected to, kind of individually, very specific things, very different things, very quirky things. This is important because this is you. This is the part of you that it's also on another hand going to help you to kind of get away from the restrictions that are holding you down, and you are about to have a really important moment. It is all about you doing things that you want to do, you doing things that makes you feel happy. It doesn't matter what people say, it doesn't matter what other people say, even if they're the most important people in your life. This is important for you to understand. You do anything that comes to you this week, it's important to say that your message this week, it's also going to be that you need to show the world the real you. My gorgeous Leonis, it's important to say that you need to show the world the real you, and that is going to be a magic ticket. Okay, so I'm just going to see what is your oracle card going to be, my gorgeous Leonis. Truth. There is an important truth that it's going to be revealed to you this week as well. Okay, and that truth is just going to be life-changing, important. It's something that you knew, something that you were waiting, something that affected you, something that was bringing you down a little bit, something that was making you angry at some point, something that was making you sad at some point. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that you're reaching an important stage of your own enlightenment, of your own spirituality, of your own individuality. So there is a very specific and important truth about yourself that is actually going to be revealed at the same time. Just go for it, Leonis. Just go for it. This is an important week in many different ways indeed. Okay, just follow your dreams, my gorgeous Leonis. Okay, now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be, of course, my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolinis, my gorgeous Virgos, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is an important moment in time because it's all about your success. You are going to surprise yourself. You will be tested, but in a good way, because you will realize that you are basically impossible to destroy. Not impossible to destroy. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the people are trying to destroy you, but I'm just saying that you will be able to find yourself being under a lot of stress maybe, but a good stress. This is going to be a good stress, and a lot of stress, and the realization that you're going to achieve so much. There's a certain pressure, my gorgeous Virgolinis, that you are going to feel, that you are going to have this week, you know, but then at the same time, that particular pressure that you're going to have, it's also going to be your best weapon when it comes to your own spirituality, and when it comes to this balance, this beautiful, amazing, and rather powerful force that you are going to have at the same time. This is so good, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because it is just all about a certain success that you are going to have at the moment when you kind of least expect it, and also you're going to surprise yourself with your own stamina, how powerful you are. But that is going to be the moment when something really important is going to be revealed to you, an important detail, through your own power, through your own endurance, you know, through your own stamina, through your own strength, you know, an important moment which is going to, on one hand, help you to have a control over a situation in a way like you have never had before. But that in itself is just also going to provide you with a vision at around the end of the week, with a vision which is at the same time going to be an important moment in time when it comes to an absolutely mind-blowing opportunity. But it's all leading to this particular moment in time of your unfoldment of your own karma. You're going to be tested a little bit, but it's all about going through these waters and realizing how powerful, how strong, how significant you are. And most certainly, intuitively, this is also going to be mind-blowing week in many different ways, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because it's all about your success. It's all about your own accomplishment, and it's all about you getting to know the certain part of yourself, and that is going to be like rather vava-woomish moment in time, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because once you get this right, once you have this balance right, nothing can actually stop you. This week you will do what you wanted to do in a long time. This week you will make what you wanted to make in a long time. This week you will make a big move, and most certainly an indecisive situation that was bringing you down, that was making things a little bit bizarre and weird in the last 6 or 7 months. It's just all about to be shifted through your own strength, through your own power, because you are going to get such an amazing, mind-blowing determination in this moment in time, my gorgeous Virgolinis. It is all about determination, which is just at the same time going to become the greatest moment in time when it comes to your own rebirth, when it comes to your own awakening, spiritual awakening. You're going to make an absolutely mind-blowing decision, but then again, at the same time, this is going to be your wake-up call, because you're going to realize you will be like on a crossroads, you know, a little path is going to be crossed, and you will realize, wow, you know, if I went that way, things wouldn't be great, you know, if I went that way, things wouldn't be great, but I went that way, so it's really brilliant. So at the same time, you're going to have your own wake-up call, which is most certainly about to bring you focus, and at the same time, the greatest moment in time of invocation. You're going to start something absolutely mind-blowing here, an important stage of your own personal progress, you know, and this is going to go a long way. Just follow your own creativity, my gorgeous Virgolinis. It's an amazing exuberance and determination that you're also going to have at the same time. This is absolutely wonderful, and it's going to have a mind-blowing effect and impact on you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Just remember, the conclusions are within reach. Your special message this week is also just remember that conclusions are within reach, which means that you're going to be tested and you're going to be like, oh my God, but this is all part of it. This is all part of this progress, and it's part of these energies that at around the midweek you will be tested, and it's going to make you feel a little bit nervous in such a way of uncertainty that you're going to have, because there are going to be 2 or 3 things that are going to come through, like at the situation when somebody's going to try to wind you up a little bit, but this winding up thing, it's also connected to the person and to the stage that became rather toxic at the same time, but most certainly you are aware of it, that is all going to be part of the progress. process where you're going to make certain adjustments, readjustments, management a little bit in order to cut these people out of your lives as well. This is all going to be part of the process. Just remember, this is all about the conclusions, and conclusions are most certainly, my gorgeous Virgolinis, within the reach. Okay, your oracle card is of course the purity. It is just so beautiful, and it's really so important to say that emotionally this is going to be so strong and important week, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because maybe certain people were kind of bringing you down. Maybe certain people affected you in a way where you kind of were trying to express yourself, you were trying to explain yourself, but it just didn't work. And it became very like a not really good moment in time, not really good time when a people or certain person can't understand you. And it becomes very frustrating moment in time for you and that other person or other people around you. And this is something that was going on for a while, something that was going on for the certain time. So most certainly, it is just all about you having this beautiful energy back, which is just going to bring a wonderful and balanced force. And it's just going to help you, to make an important decision. But before you make an important decision, it's also a very important to realize where exactly things are, and it's also very important to be certain and to be sure 100% that the big step that you are going to make emotionally, spiritually, it's actually going to take place this week. The energy is going to be beautiful, perfect, and very important for you, and it's going to be most certainly on your sign, and that is going to bring you a clear focus, and it's going to help you to make an important decision. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. My gorgeous Libra, I love you to bits, but it's just like this week, it's all about you jumping into that water and learning how to swim. It is going to be bizarre week when it comes to Libra, when it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra, but in the best possible way. In particular, the beginning of this week, it's actually going to be quite interesting and very significant when it comes to the actual very daring situation that you are going to be part of. But then on another hand, without even thinking much, you are going to react in a slightly different way that you would normally react. And this is going to be direct impact of all the energies around you, and also the direct impact of what was going on in your life as well in the last months. In the last months in particular, you started to think about some kind of new stage. You started to think about some kind of new unfoldment, but at the same time there were lots of elements of like, oh my god, uncertainty, and there were like lots of elements of like, no, I can't do this, and you were just blocking yourself, you were preventing yourself, and you were closing the little door around you. And it was meant to be like this, it was meant to be like that, it was all happening for the certain reason, and the reason is that this is all going to have an important stage and unfoldment and impact on the actual 6th of the January, in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020. It's so good because the things are just gonna start happening in the beginning of that week so quickly, and you will make a couple of decisions that you're gonna surprise yourself. But then most certainly it is all about the adventure, it is all about the daring situation that you're also going to have. But you will know that this is the very important stage you need to go through in order to get to the big moment in your life, big moment in your progress, in your process, when it comes to the actual long way, the wish, something to do with a certain dream, something to do with a certain wish. But it's required from you to pay attention to all the things around you, and it's required from you to pay attention to your security and power, because you can't just sail through. Sometimes you need to think about yourself, you need to think about people in your life, and this is all going to have an important balance this week, my gorgeous Libra. This is all going to have an important balance this week, and it's all coming through the actual vision that you're also going to feel so strongly connected to, an important decision that you are going to make. And it's all about this adventurous moment in time that you are going to have. On another hand, an important negotiation. My gorgeous Libra, it is an important negotiation that you're going to have, and that means that the luck is going to be on your side. On one hand, it's very spiritual and it's very important. Your lucky number, it's number 7 indeed. You can carry number 7 with you wherever you go, because it's going to help you to attach yourself to this energy and to make things even more vibrant for you. But most certainly an important negotiation is going to take place, my gorgeous Libras, this week, and that is also showing you that you're going to do really well when it comes to any new start, any new beginning. If you need to go to ask for a job, look for a job, just go for it, go for it, go for it. If you need a little bit of courage, go for it, go for it. Or on another hand, if you need to start negotiation, if you need to sign something really important, if you need to start some kind of a process, any process or anything that you want to start that you waited for a while, you should actually start this week, because it's not only going to do really well for you, you're not only going to do so great out of it, but it's actually going to bring you so much more, even twice more than you would actually expect. But also at the same time, it's going to provide you with opportunities like you wouldn't normally have, because you will throw yourself into this particular spiritual waters that you wouldn't normally throw yourself to, so you just left to swim. And on another hand, it's important because it's all about you being happy again, you feeling very, very, very vibrant. And trust me, it's going to be very absolutely mind-blowing stage when it comes to your personal development. This is so important when it comes to your own personal development, my gorgeous Libras, you know. And it's like basically your special message this week. It's also a time to give rather than take. This is your message. Just remember, you're going to come across a bizarre situation this week, and just remember what I said, a time to give rather than take, and you will see exactly what I mean. I'm not saying that you are taking instead of giving whatsoever, and please don't get me wrong, no, not at all, but I'm just saying that this is going to be an important stage that you will go through, and just be yourself. Be yourself, my gorgeous Libra. Just be yourself. You're also going to have an important message from the spirit. Watch for the little feather, my gorgeous Libra. Watch for the little feather. When you see the little feather like this throughout this week, you will know an important moment is coming. On one hand, somebody from the spirit world who knows you really well want to say hello, will say hi to you. But at the same time, they're going to be connected to the moment where you're going to realize that actually they're going to confirm to you something absolutely mind-blowing at the same time. So just think about what you were thinking at around the time. Very, very important to think about what you were thinking at around the time. Okay, my gorgeous Libra. Okay, I will be just 1 second. Just 1 second. Okie dokie. My gorgeous people. You see, this is what I've been doing lately. I'm just like... I just go, I just disappear, but you can hear me, you can hear me, you can hear me. Oh dear Lord. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpioni. My gorgeous Scorpios, I like this. And you know why I like this? It's because this is the time when you will prove yourself. It is not even about other people. It is not even about what other people think, but most certainly they are going to be paying attention. You're going to have a very strong vibe this week. You're going to have a very strong energy this week. Normally you're very strong. Normally you're very powerful. Normally you're very significant. Normally your energy is just so strong that it's absolutely impossible to ignore you. It's impossible not to notice that you are there. But sometimes that excess of energy can work against us. It can work against people. It depends what's going on. It depends how much projection projection is around us. It depends what's going on when it comes to the actual dimension, when it comes to our spiritual journey, and it all depends. But most certainly, my gorgeous Scorpiones, your energy is going to be mind-blowing this week. And I'm talking about the weekend between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020. So please, just do as much as you want to do. Throw yourself into as many things as you can throw yourself to, especially when it comes to daring situation, when it comes to the situation that you know that it requires your attention, but also the situations that really slowly came to an end, the situations that are very boring, that are bringing you down, that are making you feel negative, and also a very relevant stage, in particular to what was going on in your life for the last 2 months, but most certainly the new beginning, the new start, what motivated you in the last 2 months, what gave you a little bit of love, I suppose love, but what gave you a little bit of life, what gave you a little bit of love, Sashita gives you love, no, but it's what gave you a little bit of life, when you were thinking about something, in the last 2 months, my gorgeous Scorpione, something made you very vibrant, something made you very strong, something gave you clear focus almost immediately, and that was already an important stage of your own unfoldment when it comes to your own invocation. So you invoked something, my gorgeous Scorpiones, you invoked something in the last couple of months, and that invocation, it's about to come through and say, hello my darling, I'm here. Most certainly you did an important stage, an important starting process, and that activated you without you even realizing, and it brought you harmony, and it's most certainly later on in few months going to bring you a reason for celebration, making up my own language, no, a reason for celebration. This is going to bring you a reason for celebration, because this week is going to be the key week. This week you are actually going to cross over the very important spiritual bridge, a very important spiritual pathway, and it's so huge because you are about to discover something very important about yourself, which is going to give you life, which is going to bring you to so much vibration, and it's so good, and it's going to rejuvenate you in so many different ways. I like it because at the same time, an important conclusion is going to really just make sense to you, like there is no tomorrow, and it's to do with some very important and annoying stage of your life that was really relevant to you in the last 24 months, that was bringing you down, that was slowing you down. So it's all about looking from the other side of this absolutely mind-blowing mirror that is actually going to happen at this moment in time. It's so good, and it's coming through your own vibration of being able to see things crystal clear, which is on another hand going to provide you with an important focus, and that focus, it's going to give you life, it's going to give you energy when you need it the most, because you will be tested a little bit this week indeed, and normally you would be like kind of under this type of test, under this type of like a mini pressure, you would normally be affected because you are very sensitive, you are very deep, you're very spiritual. So when you are so spiritually open, so you can sense, you can feel all sorts of energies that can affect you in many different ways. It can drain you a little bit sometimes as well. But so now the moment, the important stage, a moment is that it's all about you being tested, that you're going to do so great. As more you are tested, the more better you're going to do. The more challenging situations you have, the better you're going to do, because it's all about you having an important stage when it comes to your own progress. Oh my Lord, whatever you're doing, most certainly you will come on top after this week. You will come on top, and that is going to make you realize it's all about the next stage of your development, all about that particular option that you wouldn't normally have. have, it's all about you staying committed to the task at hand. Don't rush into any decisions, but most certainly it's all about this particular and important apprenticeship that you're actually going to reach here. And that in itself is going to be such a good moment in time, because it's going to provide you with an opportunity to see your life as well from a completely different angle. And this is purely coming through the fact that your spiritual journey is about to evolve rather dramatically and rather drastically, and especially in the last 7 years. Within the last 7 years, negativity and sadness and things that have been happening to you that were slowing you down, this is just going to be such a beautiful and rather rejuvenating moment that you are going to have. It's beautiful because, as I said, it's about the apprenticeship and taking your life on the whole new level, taking your life on the whole next level, my gorgeous Scorpionis, indeed. Okay. You know, and let me tell you, your message this week is as well so important. A personal issue reaches resolution. Very personal. This is a very, very personal issue. And you will kind of also realize how much this was actually affecting you, you know, without even realizing. Sometimes the energy is so heavy and it's affecting us, and we can only realize the actual maximum effect or full impact of the way it was affecting us by the time we reach this particular point. So this is exactly what is going to happen to you, and it's most certainly going to be a wise moment, because that in itself is going to, you see, going to provide you with an opportunity that you wouldn't normally have. I like this so much. This is the time of your success. It's the time of your achievement. It's the time when you're going to feel so good, but it's also going to be the time of the greatest honor. This is so good because it's going to come from the people who you really wanted to come from, not from some silly people. It's going to come from the people that you want this come from, and it's going to be so good because most certainly it's the wonderful, mind-blowing energy that you're going to have at the same time that it's going to come through community, but the people around you, you're going to feel so good, and you will know that this is an important stage of your own transformation. Indeed. Okay. So now the next sign, I've got something in my eyes, you see. Do you know, I've got something in my eyes. Okay, sorry. So now basically the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my precious, my ever so beautiful Sagittarini. My gorgeous Sagittarius, my beautiful Sagittarinis. Do you know what? It's like, do you know, it's about the money. Money. Financial security. It's about money. This is going to be so good, but this is not only like, oh yeah, I'm going to have a great amount of money and something like that. No, this is coming directly through your hard work. This is coming directly through all those times when maybe in the last year, you know, people were like, maybe people in your life, people around you, people who love you, people who understand you, would just be like, oh, chill out a little bit, chill out, relax a little bit, don't do this, don't do that. Why you're always worrying? Why you're always like so ambitious? Why you're always doing things? And you know, those moments in time when it affected you maybe a little bit spiritually because it affected your balance somehow. But this does happen. But this is where the cleverness of Sagittarini comes through. I said this millions of times. You're so clever, you're so passionate, but you have got this magic ability to just keep going and keep going and keep going and ignore just absolutely everything around you. There could be bombs around you. You could just ignore them because you're so powerful. And once you set a certain point, you know, you achieve this like, wow, like there is no tomorrow. So it's in particular, you know, things that, you know, you have been working on that maybe you didn't see any progress, or you didn't see the greatest outcome and also the greatest impact, and also you found yourself especially being a little bit confused about a certain stage of your life. And in particular, this was going on within the last 3 months. You wanted to create changes, you wanted to make changes, you wanted to start changes, but then again, you're very clever, you're brilliant, you just keep going until you get as far as you possibly can. Very important moment you will have of your own success in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020. This is going to bring you reward, but the reward is going to surprise you. The reward is going to be brilliant. On one hand, it's going to provide you with a choice that you wouldn't normally have, and that choice is going to reflect on people around you, people who love you and people who you love. So therefore, you are going to create an absolutely everlasting moment here with the decision that you are going to make, my gorgeous Sagittarius. This is so good because it's going to help you to make it's going to help you to feel so much better. It's going to make you and help you to spiritually grow, and it's also going to help you to see the light at the end of the tunnel of the long boring road that you found yourself to be at or to be on. It is the time of invocation, which is at the same time going to enhance your radiance to its maximum. And it's wonderful because this is when you exactly are going to start living again. A beautiful time of reward, which is also going to provide you with a mind-blowing opportunity where you can take care of yourself beautifully, nicely, and reward yourself, you know, when it comes to what you were doing, what you're doing, and what would you like to achieve. Because this time it's going to be closely connected with you escaping life that you don't like anymore, but most certainly that much closer or that much far from the very big moment when it comes to the certain point that is just became an integral part of you working towards when it comes to achieving an absolutely an amazing important stage, when it comes to some kind of a dream, when it comes to some kind of a wish. My gorgeous Sagittarius, you see, this week your message, a special message, is balanced spirituality and practicality. This is all about this perfect balance that you're actually going to have in between spirituality and practicality. And let me tell you, please make sure that you a little bit like meditate a little bit. Make sure that you ground yourself. Make sure that you visit the forest, you know, every now and then, because that is going to help you to keep this balance intact. Okay, so now your oracle card, my gorgeous Sagittarius, this week it's also, ooh la la, of course, simplicity. Just be yourself. But at the same time, my gorgeous Sagittarius, at the same time, just make sure you understand that once you see the little feather, there is somebody from the spirit world, somebody who knows you, somebody who used to know you. It's going to tell you a really important message. There is an important message that you're going to get, that you're going to have. First of all, you're going to see the little feather, and as soon as you see the little feather, you will know that there is a very important message that is going to happen to you, and that message is also going to become a significant opportunity, but it's just going to require from you a little bit of some kind of adjustment and direction and realization. And most certainly this is all about you and the confirmations from the spirit world trying to confirm an important stage. It's about to unfold. After you see the feather, watch for the signs. Pay attention to your dreams, because not that long after that, you will have an important message. And this is all starting This is all starting here. And also, Sagittarius, another thing I was going to say, an inheritance. An inheritance is going to become relevant this week. So watch this space. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricornius. My gorgeous Capricorn, you know, it is going to be the return of the little wolf. You know, the return of the naughty little stage in your life, and it's going to try to bite you, and then you're going to turn around, ow, and you're going to become a little kitty, and you're going to slap it. Now, this is so important. It's because it is going to be required from you to make an important judgment, and it's going to return to you into your life this week in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020. And you must remember that you have to deal with it then and there. Don't put it aside. Don't wait for something else. Don't wait for someone else to decide, and don't kind of do things that are making you feel unhappy, that are bringing you down. Okay, so it's important for you to pay pay attention to what is going to be within the first few days this week, what is going to be on your mind, what is going to irritate you and agitate you a little bit. Don't get me wrong, this is going to be really good because this is where your power is going to be. This is where your creativity is going to start becoming rather enhanced point of your life. So without you even realizing, even if you are completely drained and completely tired, you're still going to be rejuvenated at the same time, and that is going to be a subconscious clear answer that you should just go for it. And it's also connected to the stage in the last 3 months that you have been focusing on, not that much, but you knew that it's just kind of bringing more negativity and sadness into your life than happiness. So that's why this is the time. This is going to mark and create a time of a sacred unfoldment, my gorgeous Capricornius. And it's important to say that you are most certainly going to make an important judgment, and that judgment is also going to help you on another hand with those parts of your life that was just keeping you down, bringing you down, because it just slowly came to an end, and it slowly came to an end, and it was just holding you down, and instead of letting you to have your butterfly moment. So this is an important moment in time because it's also going to be the greatest when it comes to your own satisfaction, your own spirituality, your own enlightenment, because it's going to be that path that you're going to take, that it's about to change your life. It is also at the same time almost immediately going to make you feel a rather vibrational, rather powerful, and it's just going to make you feel very daring and very adventurous, and that's what I'm talking about. So it's not necessarily to make an important decision, no, but it's all about realization. Mind is an energy. Our way of thinking, our thoughts, it's all an energy. It's our power. It's part of who we are. It's part of our balance. It's part of our energy. It's part of our projection. What we project, what we are, it's what we are. So this is why this is so important, because immediately it's going to make you feel so ecstatic, so optimistic, and that's absolutely wonderful, and it's going to make you feel like you're ready for anything. It's brilliant because it's also, but especially, in the last 2 months, now I'm going back to the last 2 months. You saw this week is just so important when it comes to the missing puzzles, but also when it comes to the actual connection in the last few months that was bringing us down and preventing us to have our butterfly moment. So this is an important time of transformation, because what is actually going to happen, you're going to feel really great about yourself. At the same time, an indecisive situation that you were going through in the last 2 months, just remember also, what did you start thinking about for the first time? What was the very first flower in your mind that you had in the last 2 months? Flower. What seed, spiritual seed, did you plant in the last 2 months that you actually started thinking about it, and it became very important vibrational point, and now it's about to return? Because at the same time, this was a very high moment of radiance, and you did the right thing, and subconsciously you managed to connect to this stage of your life that slowly came to an end. But at the same time, you started something, you started process and progress already, Capricornius. So this is an important time, an indecisive moment of uncertainty that you had for the last 2 months. Now you're going to make a decision based on that, and that, my gorgeous Capricornius, is going to be the greatest moment of awakening that you actually had in a long time. Do you know what your message is, Capricornius? Believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible, my gorgeous Capricornius. This means that you are going to be surprising yourself throughout this week, but most importantly, you will be undestroyable. You'll be very strong, you'll be very powerful, you will be very, very brave when it comes to lots of things that are actually going on. Your oracle card is trust, you see. because you will have a moment when you're going to be like a little bit tested, my gorgeous Capricornians. You're going to have a moment when you're going to be tested a little bit, you see, and that test is just letting you know to trust yourself, follow your instincts, follow your desires, do what you want to do in this life. And if someone tries to like push you off the journey, your own spiritual journey this week, just remember, trust yourself. You'll be very clever this week. I'm not saying that you're not clever normally, but you will be able to reach very enhanced levels of your subconsciousness indeed, which is going to reflect you, help you to reflect on your life in a completely different psychic way, very advanced in many different ways indeed. Okay. So the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful aquamarinis. You have been going through a lot emotionally, spiritually, and it did reflect on you in quite a few different ways, even when it comes to your own health, you see. So you are the first one that I will say here in a special message, also to make sure that you are taking a relevant amount of B vitamins, because it's something that is going to help you with your digestion, because you're really going to need this. A bit of a stressy, weeky, a little bit of stressful week, but in a good way, because that particular little bit of stress that you're going to have, it's going to be good stress, it's going to be healthy stress, it's going to be the stress that it's most certainly going to work for you, and it's going to help you actually to sharpen up your mind even more. And that particular stress is going to be your best friend, because it's going to push you over the edge a little bit when you just needed that little push. So this is what stress does to us. Stress is actually really good. Sometimes people think like, oh yes, stress. No, baby, no. Stress is actually a very good part of our mind, part of our spirituality, part of who we are, part of our energy. Stress is like our guardian angel sometimes, because without us realizing it actually helps us to speed up the process, and it helps us to push us over the edge where we need to be pushed over the edge. And stress is also very good when it comes to the actual energy. It's the great energy enhancer. So when the balance of the spirituality is absolutely perfect, like you are having aquamarinis indeed this week, this is going to be great, because it's a little bit of a stressful situation that is most certainly going to be like the greatest spiritual medicine for you, because it's going to help you to do what you want to do, but at the same time it's going to push you over the edge and react in a certain way, and that is going to require certain response from somebody else. And now this is where we are going to have a really important starting moment indeed, because it's all about that wonderful and very important synchronicity that you are going to have. Synchronicity in between you and somebody else is going to take a central stage this week, my gorgeous aquamarinis. Listen to me very carefully, because I'm going to say this only once. Oh God help me. It's allo. Now listen to me very carefully, because I'm going to say this was an important synchronicity with someone. Through someone it's about to return into your life. That person is needed, that person is important, and it's very significant for you to sort this out. So it's somebody whom you need to patch up something, you need to sort something out. This was connected to the certain conflict. This was connected to the certain time where it affected both of you. But most certainly, once you start getting synchronization back with this particular person, with another words, you're gonna sort something out. The problem is coming to an end in between you and somebody who's very significant and prominent figure in your life. I was saying to you this before, and it's so important because some of the aquamarinis may not realize who this is, but it's somebody very important in your life whom you lost synchronicity with a little bit. But only once you reach this particular stage, only once you reach this important stage, you will know that person, it's important in your life, because the things are going to be murky, the waters are going to be murky, the waters are going to be too wavy for you, too many waves for you to swim. So that's why once that happens, the whole sunshine is going to start shining and the water is going to become really beautiful. And now this is going to be the greatest moment in time for you, not only to swim, but as to dive as deep as you can. You know why? Because spiritually you're going to progress so much, because you're going to prove something so important and significant for yourself, and that it's going to be an absolutely mind-blowing moment, which is just going to provide you with this huge spiritual enhancement when it comes to your own journey. This is absolutely mind-blowing moment in time, my gorgeous aquamarinis, because it's just all about the actual determination that you're going to have at the same time, the adventurous feeling, the determination, the optimism, and it's all going to become very vibrant at that moment in time. Even if you think about it right now, without reaching this particular week, without reaching this particular balance, without getting this particular energy, without going through this particular door, you can't really understand how much this is actually going to affect you, or even most importantly, how much this was actually affecting you. You know, another thing, this is the part of you. This is the part of your progress. Aquamarinis, this is important. No matter what you do, no matter where you are, no matter how you are, no matter what you focus on, this is the part of your progress, and it's important for you to get this right. So anyone that is like kind of like making you feel a bit uncomfortable, but it's meant to be like an important figure in your life, and you just need to kind of patch up the problems, because that in itself is also part of this important test. And once you do this, things are gonna start changing, and it's all again coming from you. The power is in you, the power is within you, okay? The power is coming from you. You will make an important mind-blowing decision by the end of this week, and it's all coming from here. And it's so important because that negative energy is at the same time going to be shifted, and it's also going to be the advice from somebody absolutely mind-blowing in your life, like a spiritual leader, or somebody who's like your guru, somebody who's like a spiritual guru, somebody who you really look up to. Most certainly is just going to, on one, confirm something to you this week, but on another hand, it's going to be the mind-blowing message that you will have at the same time, which is going to be absolutely beautiful advice, which is on one hand going to activate you in so many different ways. And you will know that the negativity, the time of the negativity came to its completion, and after this moment, it's also going to be all about the unfoldment, celebration, and the new beginning. But it's all the way you're gonna feel. It's all about you feeling this synchronicity and the beautiful lightness, that it's also going to open your eyes and bring you the whole new promise into your life. And also, my gorgeous aquamarinis, do you know what else I was going to say? Please, you will be tested. Let me tell you what your message is. Step out of your comfort zone, okay? I'm not saying that you're aquamarinis. You're most certainly not the signs who are like in your comfort zone. You know, you're just absolutely brilliant when it comes to your own honesty. You are so humble. You're brilliant. You know, I love that so much about you. But this week, you will be tested, okay? Step out of your comfort zone. This is what I need you to understand, because that test that you will have, it's going to take an additional 2 months. Not that you're going to be tested 2 months, you're only going to be tested a little bit this week, and your reaction to that test, it's going to start this particular progress, and that progress is also going to be connected to your security and power. And in about 2 months time, so 1, 2, 3, so in March, this is going to take an necessary and important and a very significant and particular progress, where you will also start something mind-blowing, where not only you will benefit from it, but people in your life as well, people close to you. You will realize how wise and how clever and how powerful you are. At the same time, that is just going to help you to grow so much indeed. Okay, so your oracle card this week, my gorgeous aquamarini, is... Okay, you see this. You see this? This is like so important, because every time you're by yourself this week, every time you're on your own this week, you will be absolutely traveling like through all sorts of dimensions. You will have the gift of the wisest, like hermit, this week. You will be very psychic. You will be very medium, enhanced. And you, my gorgeous aquamarines, you're born an empath anyway. So you're very psychic. You're very empathic in many different ways. But now what am I going to say? That everything you feel, you're going to feel 100 times more. And you will be getting all sorts of informations. But most certainly it is going to be very important to connect with the nature, through the nature, spend the time by the water, spend the time in the forest, but just try to be by yourself, try to be on your own, because it's going to be mental in the best possible way when it comes to the ideas, when it comes to the messages, when it comes to the realizations, when it comes to the ideas. Just trust yourself. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. The universe is sending you an absolutely mind-blowing reward indeed. Just trust yourself. This is going to be absolutely incredible, and you will see exactly what I mean. It's about the ideas and new pathways, you know, greatest awakening you had in a long time. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. My gorgeous Pisces, you have been waiting for this moment for a long time. This moment in particular, in between the 6th and the 12th of January 2020, on one hand, it's going to make you realize that you are reaching an important stage in your life, because something is going to happen, and it's maybe going to push you over the edge. Well, please don't get me wrong, it's not going to be nothing like a conflict or battle or anything like that, but it's just like a little bit of a negative experience through somebody, with somebody that you are going to have this week. It's just going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, and it's just going to be that particular stage, that particular moment, that particular realization that is going to play an important role, and it's going to push you over the edge. And it's that little beautiful push that you actually needed indeed, in order to move away from the toxic people, from the toxic situations, from the toxic part of your life that continued, you know, within the last 6 or 7 months. You also started like thinking about the new stage, started thinking about new options, how to expand yourself, how to expand your mind, how to expand your life, how to expand your spiritual journey by doing things differently. And it's all about yourself, and it's all about your life, and taking things on the whole next level, on the whole new journey. I mean, this is wonderful, because we've got a little bit of a yin-yang moment, you know. That little push is something that you needed. If you didn't have that push, you wouldn't reach such a high levels of transformation to your own subconsciousness, which is going to illuminate you to such a point where not only you will be very brave this week, you will make a brave decision, and you're also just gonna go for it. You're gonna do something, you're gonna make something, you're gonna start certain process that it's actually going to really surprise you. But it's also going to test your stamina. It is also going to test your power, because it's also going to present and represent the time and the moment in time when you're going to feel very busy, and just a tiny little bit of like a stress as well, but a good stress, a significant stress, which is also at the same time going to be keep you on your toes, and it's going to be re-energizing you at the same time and pushing you. You will be sailing through things throughout this week, and I really like it. My gorgeous Pisces, because it is just all about you becoming very vibrant and very excited about a new option that is going to become relevant to you at around the end of this week. Is just going to literally change everything. It's the wish that you wanted to do for a long time. Couple of choices are going to become relevant. Both of them are going to be significant. Both of them are going to be just as good. Both of them are going to be just as powerful. powerful because it's just going to be all about you expanding yourself, you know, and moving away yourself further from the situation that no longer serve you and that you no longer need in your life. When that happens, you know, when we reach a very important stage of completion, then things are just start to bringing us down. Things are bringing us down. Things that used to make us feel excited and happy, they just have such a turnaround. They're bringing us down. They're making us negative on purpose until we realize that it's time to move on. This life is very short indeed for every one of us. We are only visitors, short visitors to this earth indeed. So this is the moment, sacred moment that you are going to have. And when you have this sacred moment about your own realization, you give yourself chance, you give a chance to your spirit to step away from your body, and spirit can think with itself, spirit can act with itself, spirit can do everything with itself. You know, it's very powerful. Without people just don't realize how our spirit is powerful. It's just ridiculously powerful. It can do things by itself, but it's just all about this understanding and the high illumination of our own process, which is very relevant to our own progress that you are about to reach. And that is going to be an important moment, which is going to make you realize, you know, an abandonment, you know, of the certain stage, but it's not going to happen straight away. It's all one step at a time. Most certainly, it's all about your own security and power, and most certainly stay committed to the task at hand. It's so important because you will make a significant decision, and that is also going to help you so much in many different ways. And as I said, it's all about you just making sure that you trust yourself. You're also going to be tested this week. You must trust yourself. You must follow your dreams. You must follow your desires. This week is going to be highly vibrational when it comes to us really believing in our dreams, really believing in our desires. This is what you need to do. You really need to believe in your dreams. You need to believe in your desires without even 1 ounce of negativity. And 1 ounce of negativity can happen. It can prevent things from happening, and it's all in your mind. It's all about the energy. It's all about directing positive energy on your own journey, and that is the integral part of actual enhancing it at the same time. This is what is going to happen, and this is what is also going to create an absolutely mind-blowing starting point when it comes to the certain passion. Certain passion is going to be born, my gorgeous Pisces, at around the end of this week, and that passion is going to become absolutely everything, because at the same time it's going to bring you a new initiative. It's going to enhance your power, and it's going to bring a new initiative in such a way where it's going to bring you so much determination where you didn't have it, and that is going to rejuvenate you in so many different ways, and it's going to become an integral part of the actual daring an adventurous feeling that you're actually going to have. Very, very important to say that there are a couple of people that are going to become an integral part of your spiritual process that are going to become relevant this week. Couple of people are very important in your life who are going to make themselves known, and each of them, 2 of them, are going to have a special message for you. Not direct, but the advice that is going to happen while you're talking to them, that you're going to be able to take and use for your situation, you know, to highlight certain parts of your life, which is going to illuminate things around you even more, even further. And it's coming through people who really knows you. So these people can actually help us to understand certain things about ourselves, because they can reach the little light, you know, little hermit light right behind us where we can't see by ourselves. So we need a little bit of help like this, you see. And that is an important moment, my gorgeous Pisces, you see. And your message this week, Pisces, just remember, this is going to keep you going. This is going to give you angel wings. Your important message this week is expect powerful change. Just remember, expect powerful change. You will start something, okay, and things are going to take off in March 2020. Okay, see, this is the part of a little missing domino. Okay, so now your oracle card, my gorgeous Pisces, you see, absolutely important. I know it sounds weird, it sounds bizarre, but it's important to get things right this week. It's important to think positive. It's important to think optimistic. It's important to be very happy, and it's important to forgive. I know it's easy for me to say. It depends what's going on, because there is going to be the little test that you're also going to have this week, my gorgeous Pisces, and this test is going to be part of all this that I said so far. And unfortunately, sometimes it can bring people that have been naughty and not really nice to us, that made us feel really bad, and we just don't like them. But by hating them, by not liking them, by talking really bad things about them, we are preventing ourselves from moving on. We are preventing our spiritual journey. Okay? We are blocking our spiritual journey. We are preventing, our spirit from evolving. So this is so important. I know, my gorgeous Pisces, it's easy for me to say, but anyone that comes through to your life in this week, anyone who makes you feel really angry, or anyone who makes you feel really bad, or anyone who tests you a little bit and then you're angry, but even most importantly, anyone who returns into your life and tries to agitate you again, or in your mind, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be something that happened something that happened with someone not that long ago. It could have been a long time ago. Now it's going to bounce back, in particularly this week, and it's going to provide you with an opportunity to actually fix it. Okay, so you need to act on it, but the bottom line is, in order to fix it, spiritually fix it, you need to forgive and forget. Okay, and this is so important, because you're allowing yourself to move on from the situation, because otherwise you're going to be held down and you're not going to be able to reach the maximum levels of your own spirituality. So this is a highly sacred moment in time where the universe and your guardian angels are going to provide you with an option to actually do something about someone who is still kind of someone who you still hold the grudges against. Okay, and it's going to provide you with an opportunity to forgive and forget, and that is going to be a golden, a spiritual, and absolutely mind-blowing moment, because it's going to help you to understand something at the same time. But most importantly, it's going to bring this missing puzzle, which is just going to bring so much certainty at the time of the most uncertainty you had in the last 2 years. Okay, my gorgeous people, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I have to say thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, and light. Okay, my gorgeous people, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, and light to every single one of you. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.